look at us showing off. We made it to Wellness Wednesday this week. How are you this morning?
I don't understand something.
Uh-oh. Just one thing?
In my car this morning, it said the temperature outside was 10 degrees Celsius.
I know, and it's going to stay cold because it's raining till Friday.
That's November, March temperatures, not June.
Yes.
I'm not happy.
And you can't complain to anybody. That's what's frustrating, right?
About the weather?
Yeah.
I can complain to all the people watching. Yesterday was so beautiful.
Yes, it was lovely.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
the pool is almost ready.
Is it?
Yes, it's
but
almost
then it'll
full.
be too cold to swim in it.
I know, that's why. But I'm glad. Yesterday was a really great day in the yard, wasn't it?
Awesome.
What did you? No, you got. You
No,
didn't work
I
in
went
your
home
yard.
and just played.
You went home and played.
Yeah, I just played. You know what? I have a dumb question. I know it's
Just
hard
one?
to believe. Just one.
What's your question? Maybe I can help.
So when you have a pool,
I forgot my coffee.
and it's an outdoor pool,
Yes, ma'am.
when it rains,
Yes.
is there ever concern that it would go
overflow.
over? Like, is that a dumb question?
Well, let me give you a for instance. I have to have my hose going full blast for 3 solid days to fill the pool.
Oh.
It's a lot of water.
So
there's
yeah.
like 3,000 gallons? I forget. 3,000 gallons?
Lots of water.
Lots of water. So it would have to rain an awful lot
I see.
for it to reach that. And then also when you swim in the pool, and there's evaporation that happens
Sure,
too in
sure,
sunshine,
yeah.
and then when you swim and you splash, so
Yeah.
generally the water level tends to go down rather than up. So
So do you have to refill it like halfway through the summer?
sometimes.
Stop it!
Not refill. Yeah, sometimes I'll have to put the hose back in and
Oh,
add
I
more
didn't even
water.
see. I never
Depends
would have
how
known
many
that.
people cannonball and how big they are.
I'm not going to your pool.
Oh, there's a lot of fun in our pool.
I bet there is. Hey, did you see Jon Stewart yesterday?
In front of the Senate.
Oh my word!
So this is the late show talk host, Jon Stewart show.
Smart guy.
I did not know that he had been advocating for the
I didn't
911, 9/11.
Victims compensation.
9/11 victims. Okay, so the guys, all the first responders who are now suffering from cancer and all of these other illnesses that have that have had lung disease, whatever, from the rescue attempts after 9/11. Their health care benefits, some of them have run out. They're not getting the care that they need.
And this victims compensation fund was set up for 911 attack firefighters and police.
All first responders.
And he wants to ensure that that fund does not run out of money.
Right.
So he's saying, he's very, very well spoken, very, very smart guy. He called them out. He looked at Congress and said, you know what? You people should be sitting down here, and the responders should be sitting up there, and they should be asking you why. He was got very emotional at some points.
He also called them out on the fact. He said, "Do you think these people behind me want to be here? They don't want to be here. They don't want to be here to have to bug you to get what they deserve. And they come all the way down here to show up and look at how many empty seats there are. You senators should be ashamed of yourselves." He read them the riot act.
He was ticked off. And he said, you know how long the average response time was for the houses, the fire departments and police stations who were closest? He says about 5 seconds. He said, and how long has it taken you to not make this decision?
Wild.
Oh, he was ticked. And then, of course, they had some of the people who have been affected by illness. And there was this poor man there. My goodness, he was doing his 60th chemo treatment. 60! You know, trying to do their job, saving other people, inhaling all that dust, and now they've got to be worried about how they're going to pay for it? That's shameful. That is shameful, man.
Yep.
You know? Way to go,
Jon Stewart.
Yep. Good guy.
You and I both learned something this morning when I told you this was today in history. In 1964, Nelson Mandela, of course, famous for his work in South Africa against apartheid and the fact that he was imprisoned. He was sentenced to life in prison on this date in 1964 in South Africa for committing sabotage against the apartheid government. What I didn't know was he was one of the members of the African National Congress who was fighting against apartheid. So because he was involved, that they were disbanded. The South African government forced them to disband the African National Congress in 1960. So Nelson and all the other guys who were involved in the African National Congress went underground, and they kept meeting and stuff and planning, and they determined that nonviolent measures were going to be ineffective in dealing with the apartheid government. So they formed a group. Now the initial, it was known as MK. I can't pronounce it. It was a South African word. I can't pronounce it, but they were known as MK. It was a militant group. It was, and on December the 16th, 1961, they began bombing government buildings and stuff. They began bombing. They launched bombing attacks, and they started plotting. And so then in 62, he was arrested and put in jail for 5 years because he incited a workers' strike. So he was getting the workers to stand up against the government. But then while he was in prison, they raided the headquarters for MK, and they found all of these documents that had plans for more bombings and more riots and more whatever. And that's when he was charged with sabotage against the government and sentenced to life in prison. But I didn't realize that he was actually involved in plotting bombing attacks.
Well, because his persona is so
peaceful,
calm. He's a very smart man, was a very smart man, very, very calm, very, reminded me a lot of Martin Luther King Jr. with the message of nonviolence.
I think it's because we saw him later in life.
After he'd
been in prison.
When Tim said that he was involved in bombing, like a violent part of it, it really kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
So I wonder what would have happened had they not caught him. It would have been interesting.
They called him the Black Pimpernel because when he went underground, he kept changing his look. He'd go from being a chauffeur to being different jobs, and they never knew who he was. Yeah, he was always like in disguise.
You're so full
of information. It's National Peanut Butter Cookie Day.
Oh, yum.
Just to balance out the trivia with
awesome. Did you bring some?
No. Now, do you like the peanut butter cookies with the fork marks on top?
Yes. Those are the real ones. The other ones are fake.
Do you like the peanut butter cookies that have chunks of peanuts in them?
Never had one.
Oh, sometimes they use like a chunky peanut butter.
Really? Never.
Look, do you see the texture thing? Right there. Do you see the little nuts right there? There's nuts in those cookies. There's actual chunks of peanuts in those cookies.
Yeah, no, that's a texture thing.
Not a fan.
No, I don't think I do.
That's a texture thing. Well, it's a trigger for my friend Luann.
Well, it's a nice, smooth, soft cookie as it melts.
You like them soft, not crunchy?
No, I don't like crunchy. And as it melts in your mouth, then you got these hard chunks left in your mouth. That's gross.
Who wants that? And
you don't want hard chunks in your mouth.
And I have deep crevices. So peanuts get stuck in my nuts get stuck in my deep crevices. So I like.
I'm not even.
I'm going with you on the smooth. Okay, yes. What do you got?
So go with the smooth. Do you like smooth, fork indented peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips in?
Not really.
No.
No.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I like Reese's Pieces chocolate and peanut butter. But I don't really necessarily want a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. I just like a nice soft baked peanut butter.
Oh, and fat ones, you know?
I think I'm going to go home today and make peanut butter cookies.
You have to.
Well, it's National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. What are you going to do?
Absolutely.
And it's raining. It's a good day to bake.
You know what? You are going to be able to sleep like a baby tonight.
Why?
Because it's over.
What is?
People, we've been waiting for years.
Happened?
It's over. It's over.
What happened?
The feud between your two favorites, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, is over.
God, the feud is over?
The feud is over.
Does that mean they're going to sing a horrible duet together?
Speaking of cookies, Taylor Swift sent over a batch of homemade chocolate chip cookies to Katy and said, "Here's to peace," on the plate. And Katie's talked about on Twitter how she was so relieved.
That's all it took?
Oh no, they'd been chatting back and forth and stuff. So.
I forgot what Katy Perry looked like when she was younger.
Yeah. So it's over, folks. So you can just... Now the only thing we have to worry about is Trump.
What about Kendall Jenner? Which one is she?
Oh, she's the richest one.
The richest one?
We just found out she was a billionaire.
So she's young.
Yeah, so she does the makeup line. Yeah.
Did you know she had a stalker?
No.
She had a stalker. His name was John Ford, and he's Canadian. Yes. He had 2 convictions for trespassing on property. One time he ended up in her pool in California.
Oh.
He went back twice to her house. His visitor visa expired. He was arrested on March 25th, and then on April the 30th, he was ordered back to Canada, and on June the 4th, he was escorted from the Houston airport back to Ontario.
Oh.
You gotta love what the American news says, from the Houston International Airport back to Ontario.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what we don't know we have cities in Canada.
They think Ontario is a city.
Yeah.
I want to say a huge thank you this morning to KC Security for sponsoring the morning show for us, and we'll be back with much more.
They won't let somebody in your pool, KC Security. They keep stalkers out. So stay with us. I've got great interviews coming up today on Wellness Wednesday. We'll be right back after this.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Listen to them. Children of the night. It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game in Trywood Fire Oven Pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5 and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Welcome back to this Wellness Wednesday. We are smack dab in the middle of Canadian Men's Health Week. So, to honor that occasion, I am being joined via Skype from Vancouver, British Columbia by Joe Rockert. Right? Did I get that right, Joe?
You got it right, and I'm thrilled to be here, Tim, for Wellness Wednesday, and thrilled to use the word honored, so thank you very much for that.
Joe, you represent today on the show Canadian Men's Health Foundation, correct?
I do, yes I do.
And the foundation recently conducted a study, and you've got some interesting results to share with us.
I do, yeah. So really quickly about the study is there's 2 places guys can get healthy, right? They can get healthy outside work, or they can get healthy inside work. So what we chose to do was we chose to look at the 5 health behaviors for guys inside a workspace. Like, what are they doing in terms of their health habits inside? So, are they eating properly? Are they getting any exercise at work? What are their stress levels like? All that kind of stuff. So we looked at that for this survey, and it was a representative sample of Canadian men across Canada. And what we kind of, when you do research like this, you know what you want to study, and you want to know the questions you're going to ask, but you don't know what story you're going to get from the answers, right? So what we got out of this was a really kind of good news, bad news story. So I'll start with the bad news first for the guys, just so you can get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Kind of the 2 big kind of numbers we got out of it was that 80% of men are feeling stressed at work, so somewhat or very stressed at work. So That's a really significant number that, stress is impacting that many guys at work.
80%?
80%. And is it shocking? I don't know. Like sometimes when you think about this, it's like, isn't everybody, stressed at work? Doesn't everybody take their stress home from work? I think it's almost become a commonality that we accept stress in the work as something that, we have to live with every day. And so that's kind of a really huge number that made us kind of go, okay, super big red flag.
Yeah.
And then the other number that was really surprising was that 60% of guys believe that work is impacting their ability to have a proper night's sleep. And by proper night's sleep, I just mean, are you getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night? And is work affecting your ability to fall asleep or stay asleep? So, you're waking up at 3 a.m. going, oh no, I've got to solve that problem, or, it's bothering you. So it's impacting your ability to sleep. And the thing is, stress individually is not good for you. A poor night's sleep individually is not good for you. But you put those two things together, and it's kind of like a ticking health time bomb. It's not good for your health. Not good in the short term, and really not good in the long term. It has the ability to, and I'm going to probably scare some audience members here, but it has the ability to increase your chance of heart disease, increases your chance of type 2 diabetes. Ooh. It can increase your chances of obesity. It can increase your chances of depression and other mental illnesses. And then for guys, pay attention, because it can lower your testosterone levels, and it can also be a factor in erectile dysfunction.
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, no job is worth any of that.
Okay, valid point.
What do we do, Joe? Was there good news?
The good news? Well, I think first off is I think a lot of guys don't understand sometimes that their work habits are unhealthy, right? And you're focused on the computer screen, you're not getting up from your desk, you're sitting for long periods of time. You don't really recognize those as bad habits, but they are. So you can do really simple things, right? Like to alleviate stress at work, take your phone calls standing up. If you're going to be in a meeting and you're going to sit in a meeting for like an hour or two, feel comfortable enough to stand up during that meeting. I mean, everybody, you can listen just as well standing up as you can sitting down, right? It's the idea that you have to sit for 2 hours in a meeting and not move. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
It is.
So, feel free to stand, do those things. A really good one too is, for stress is, for those people that are glued to the computer monitors at work, every hour, take a 3-minute break for your eyes. It's so key to remove your eyes from that blue screen, right? So those are some really simple tips. And if you want another one, like no coffee after 3 p.m. That's kind of a biggie. So you get a proper night's sleep, right? So, I'm kind of tossing a lot of ideas out for your audience here. But if you want more, there's a website we have called don'tchangemuch.ca, and it's packed loaded with these simple tips to improve your health habits at work.
I like the fact that it's called Don't Change Much, because it's making it sound like it's not a big daunting thing that you have to do that you have to change your whole life to reduce stress. These are things that anybody can do, and it's pretty simple. I know for another one that it's probably on the website is just taking a walk. A 10-minute walk, I know, can completely change your mental state, right?
Yeah, it's I'm guilty all the time, right? Like I am so guilty. And now that the weather has got nicer, I'm eating my lunch outside at lunchtime, and I have such a better afternoon because of it, right? So getting out for those walks, removing yourself from that environment, great for de-stressing.
Hey Joe, sorry to interrupt. I was going to say about things like ergonomic chairs and stuff, and like making sure your work environment is friendly for your body as well, right? And a lot of places, if you talk to like HR or whatever department about that, they kind of have to accommodate you. I think it's kind of a law basically right now.
Kind of don't comment on that. We're not really talking about what the HR departments could do and the workplace can do. We didn't really study that as well, because this is about what a guy can do.
Okay.
Right? Like, it's truly about like, this is my responsibility. I'm going to own this. I'm going to make this small little change by having a glass of water at my desk every day, right? So,
see?
If you can get an ergonomic chair at work, thumbs up to getting an ergonomic chair at work. So, yeah.
You know what? Good for you for keeping me on track. But you're right. So the website has more tips, simple things you can do to actually just reduce the stress, and sleep habits too, right, Joe?
Oh, absolutely. The Don't Change Much website is packed. There's 5 health areas that you look at, sleep, exercise, diet, smoking, and alcohol consumption. And there's tips around all of those, right? So yeah, packed with tips. There's a weekly newsletter tip thing you can get sent to you once a week with a simple health tip that you just conveniently and seamlessly put in your life, right? So it's all about, like you mentioned earlier, make little tiny changes. Don't do the big wholesale change, because what we've discovered in our research is if you're going to make a change, those small little ones that are incremental and they build up and they build up and they build up and there's that domino effect, that's what you want, and that's when you're going to be successful.
Excellent. Okay, this is great. Now can we get to the good news?
Yeah, the good news. I got more bad news if you want it, but I'll go to the good news.
Wait, no, I'm ready for it, Joe. I can handle the truth. Is there more bad news? What is it?
Do you want the bad news, but a little more bad news? Or good news?
A little more bad news, and then we'll finish off with really good news.
This is around the stress stuff, so I really want guys to pay attention to this.
Okay.
Is that we found that 60% of guys are going into work when they're unwell or sick, right? Oh. That's that pressure at work I need to get my work done. We also found that 46% of guys are already working, over half guys, or half the male population is already working beyond 40 hours a week. Another 46% of those guys are working extended hours beyond that. And then the crazy thing is, and I've done it myself, 30% of guys take work on vacation, right? Oh. So you don't want to do those things, right? And I'm guilty of it too. Like, I'll admit I'm guilty of it too. But we have this kind of pressure to succeed, and we're all part of it. It's a work culture. But recognizing that these things, when you do them, it doesn't give your body a chance to de-stress, relax, and reset. So you need that time to do that. So that's really key.
All right. Sounds to me like the Canadian Men's Health Foundation is really advocating for men to find a balance in their lives too.
What you nailed that 100%. That's what it's about, balance.
Okay, so we're going to reduce stress, we're going to follow the tips, we're going to get better sleep, we're going to eat better, small little things, drink more water, all these great things, and then are we going to get even better results?
Yeah, I think so, hopefully. What we'll do last year, and I don't want to dwell on last year's research, we did some research last year, which we will repeat in 5 years, and it will measure the health of Canadians. So another 5 to 6 years, we'll repeat last year's research, and we'll see if we move that needle on guys' health in Canada, which is important.
Okay, so now can I have the good news, Joe?
Yeah, the good news. So things that we found out that, you're always surprised when you get some stats, right?
Yeah.
So we found that guys drink a lot of water at work.
That's good.
Huge thumbs up to that, right? So it was over 70% of guys are drinking at least 3 or more glasses or cups of water per day. And that's fantastic news, right? We didn't think there'd be that much water consumption. A really great one that we found was over 60% of guys are bringing their meals from home. So they're bringing leftovers or a lunch from home. And why that's important is that means those guys aren't going to fast food places. They're not eating processed food. They're not eating salty food. They're eating food from home, which is that much more healthy for you, which is fantastic. Like, that's great news. And almost 50% of guys are getting up from their desks a couple times a day.
They are
taking a 5-minute break. So really good positive news. So it's not all bad news at work. There's some good things guys are doing.
That is okay, but there's more we can do, and to find out, we just go to the website. Tell me the name again. Don't Change Much. Is that what it's called?
Don'tchangemuch.ca.
And we're going to put that up on the screen. Don'tchangemuch.ca. Joe, I want to thank you for taking this time to Skype with us.
My pleasure.
Happy Canadian Men's Health Week.
Yeah, happy Canadian Men's Health Week, and happy Father's Day to everybody out there that's a father, because it's on Sunday. Get out and do something healthy on Father's Day. Go for a hike, go for a walk, do something great.
I'll walk my 3 babies. They're my dogs.
There you go. The dogs are your babies. I get that.
Honestly, I really appreciate your time, and this was great stuff today. Thanks so much, Joe Rockert. There we go. I got it right the second time. From the Canadian Men's Health Foundation, and he's giving us some tips today during Canadian Men's Health Week. Thanks again, Joe. We'll be back with more.
Thank you very much.
This is Luann and Tim after this.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Centre.
Stopping and upping, I'm up in your face, shaking it off, no matter the cost. I'm feeling the wind, I'm taking it all. I'm paving the way with the sweat and the blood. I'm at the top, I'm rising above. I want the gold, give me the rush. Queen Midas, I got the touch. I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I'm pushing. 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 I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I'm pushing.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true.
So I'm very disappointed in my co-host Luann because she is the expert when it comes to everything Kardashian / Jenner. She told me that Kendall Jenner was the millionaire.
She's not.
Kylie.
Yes. No. Yes. Sorry.
Kylie
Jenner is the one who has the makeup line, and she's the billionaire.
So what's Kendall do?
I don't know. Oh, Kendall's a model.
She's a model.
Yeah, she's a model.
Who had the ridiculous birthday party?
Kylie had the really outrageous birthday party for a friend of hers this past weekend, and the theme was A Handmaid's Tale.
Why would you choose that?
Right. So, to the point where, because she's a Kardashian, or a Jenner, I don't even know, Jenner, she supplied costumes, and everybody had to dress in the, you know, the red robes and then the headpiece.
The women who are forced to
be raped
to raise
are there
babies.
just to have babies.
I'm sure baby method. So that's a birthday party.
So apparently, of course,
factory.
Yeah, being a Jenner, she had to tweet every twit, and she got lots of reaction. Like, how could you?
People said you were tacky.
Yeah, but apparently now, the guy who plays Commander Lawrence on Handmaid's Tale, Bradley Whitford is his name.
Yeah.
And he commented yesterday on one of the talk shows last night and said, yeah, that was a little bit tacky.
I haven't seen it, have you?
Handmaid's Tale? Mm-hmm. No, I haven't.
I would like to see it.
Me too.
Have you read the novel?
No. Have you?
That's Margaret Atwood, right?
Yes.
Canadian.
Okay,
so now that's, that's a good segue for me.
That's why I did it.
Yeah. There was a thing, Senate Foreign Affairs Committee, and there were senators on there, and there was one independent, one liberal, one conservative, and they were this committee. They determined that the federal government should invest more money and resources in promoting Canadian culture as a tool for diplomacy. So the report says the exchange of ideas, art and culture across borders should take a central role in Canada's relations with other countries alongside economy and trade. And the reasoning is that arts and culture can influence the perceptions, opinions, and attitudes of people in other countries about Canada.
Awesome.
The report recommends that Global Affairs Canada spearhead a cultural diplomacy strategy to project a modern image of Canada and identify business opportunities for Canada's cultural and creative industries.
Right on.
I would love that.
Good.
And they also cite things like Margaret Atwood and Cirque du Soleil as really sort of Canadiana
that is just
Canadian
and
culture.
has become so international. And you know what? When you think
invest in our culture, I love that idea.
And when you think of other cultures, everybody has their dance, everybody has their favorite food, but so we need to focus on that a little bit more.
I like that. Thank you, Senators.
Thank you, Senators, on Tim's behalf and mine as well. Stay with us because I'll have the news right after this.
Yay.
With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
With 3 brands to choose from Kawasaki, Suzuki, and CF Moto, visit one of our 4 showrooms today and speak with our knowledgeable, friendly, and enthusiastic staff who will be happy to help you with all of your motorsports needs.
Enjoy life, enjoy the ride, Bud Robinson Motorsports.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades including installation are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
The city has closed municipal outdoor soccer fields until Monday. Fields are unplayable due to extremely wet conditions. The fields included are Elliott Park, Tom Tipton, Queen Elizabeth Park, and Strathclair Park. The field closures are limited to soccer fields. Slow pitch fields are open for play tonight. With the unbelievable support for Monday's event, Jurassic Park Sault Ste. Marie is back for Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Sault Ste. Marie basketball fans can watch the Toronto Raptors versus Golden State Warriors at the Roberta Bondar Tent and Pavilion tomorrow. The game tips off at 9 p.m. with doors opening at 8 until capacity is reached. There will be 3 projectors displaying the game, and when it gets dark, the broadcast will be projected onto the tent. The all-ages event is free to enter, and food and drinks will be available for purchase. This is a licensed event. A 14-year-old rescue dog who laid her life on the line to save her owner from a charging black bear is among the new inductees into the Purina Animal Hall of Fame. Organizers say Shelby and 2 other heroic hounds, all rescues by the way, are being recognized. Louise Robillard and Andy Chic adopted Shelby to help protect their 14-hectare property here in the Soo from foxes and coyotes. In April of 2018, Robillard was walking Shelby, a German Shepherd, and Chesapeake Bay Retriever mix when they noticed 3 black bear cubs near a trail. When the mother bear came charging for Robillard, Shelby leapt into action. Shelby and the bear struggled and disappeared into some bushes. Shelby's owners thought their dog had been killed but limped out of the bushes, seriously hurt but alive. Over the next 4 months, Shelby underwent several operations, had her wounds drained, and braved several physiotherapy sessions. Robillard believes had it not been for Shelby's heroic actions, she wouldn't be around to tell her tale.
He just stood her ground in front of me, and the bear just came and just charged, hit her, and they just tumbled off, and they were behind the bushes and all that, and you could see movement and all that, and she was just howling and howling. I was screaming.
I headed from the house after I heard my neighbor Dave called. David said the bear was heading this way. I just was getting there and all heck broke loose.
And he was whistling and whistling. He was yelling at me, "Don't go in there." And then Shelby stopped, and we thought the bear had killed her. And he kept saying, "We have to get out of here."
We have to get out because you don't know what next is going to happen. I think ultimately my emotion was worried about Louise.
U.S. President Trump, campaigning in Iowa yesterday, said Democrats are angry, dangerous, and going crazy. He said Democrats are especially dangerous and radical on border security.
Despite our amazing success, the Democrat Party has never been angrier. They're so angry. Do you ever see people so angry? For what? For what? These are angry people. Every day the Democrat Party is becoming more and more unhinged and more extreme. They're going crazy. And nowhere has the Democrat Party become more dangerous or more radical than on border security. Can you believe what's going on with them? And they know it's wrong. Look, they're doing this. They think it's good politically. I think it's terrible politically. I think they're hurting themselves politically. Right now, Mexico is doing more for border security than the Democrats. You believe this?
Hong Kong police used tear gas, pepper spray, and high-pressure water hoses against protesters who have laid siege to government buildings to oppose a contentious extradition bill. Thousands of protesters blocked entry to Hong Kong's government headquarters today, delaying a legislative session on a proposed extradition bill that has become a lightning rod for concerns over greater Chinese control and erosion of civil liberties in the territory. The protesters outflowed onto a major downtown road as they overturned barriers and tussled with police outside the building that also houses the chambers where the legislature was to discuss the bill, which would allow criminal suspects in Hong Kong to be sent for trial in mainland China. A statement from Hong Kong Administrator Matthew Chung said the Legislative Council's meeting was delayed. He gave no indication of when the delayed debate would begin.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
This sure looks pretty stupid, doesn't it? Dangerous even. But lightning kills like 3 people a year in all of Ontario. That's nowhere close. That's nowhere close to the 16,000 that smoking kills. So, what's more stupid?
One of the biggest news stories that's trending right now with regards to abortion laws in the United States becoming very strict in certain states. Ariana Grande donated all the proceeds from a sold-out Atlanta concert to Planned Parenthood.
Wow.
Have that, Georgia.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah. But you know, and lots of people like John Legend, for instance, did an interview just a couple of days ago and talked about how he honestly thinks that artists and the industry have to boycott states who are banning
or doing this whole 6-week the heartbeat law. Yeah.
So interesting. He says, you know what, money talks. So it'll be interesting to see
hit them where they live,
if
right?
anybody will follow through with that. But you know what, Ariana Grande, young person, good on you, girl.
Another young person who changed the world, really, was Anne Frank. In 1942, this is her birthday, and on her 13th birthday, as a birthday present, she was given a diary.
She was 13.
13 years old when she got the diary.
Wow.
And of course, that's when the Nazis took over, and her, I think, was it her father was enlisted, and so they went and hid.
Yes,
in the annex of the above the store, or is it the business? Yeah, and they hid, not a store, business. Anyway, they hid in the attic. Yeah, but I was just thinking, you know, she got the diary for her birthday present. Things would be a lot different if she'd been given a bicycle.
There's that.
We wouldn't have had the diary, and we wouldn't have known all about all the stuff that happened in that attic and about the war and everything.
That's such a good point, Tim.
Well, you wouldn't hear about. There wouldn't be a play called The Bicycle of Anne Frank.
No. And she probably wouldn't have gotten a bicycle because she couldn't ride it anywhere.
But she didn't get the... I don't think she was already in the attic when she got the diary.
Yes.
She was?
I don't know.
Maybe. I should look into that.
I don't know if she was.
See, now I'm like you. I don't follow up on
I wonder how old she was when she was.
Oh, dear. Now I've got a whole bunch of research to do.
Yes.
Good heavens.
Because when she received the diary at 13, I thought she was much younger. And in the movie that I saw, she seemed much younger. Or maybe I was.
Diary of Anne Frank. Did you see that movie?
I did. Boy, it's riveting. It's just, you can't help
It's amazing that was real life.
Oh, right?
I felt the same way about Chernobyl.
Yes,
watching Chernobyl thinking, this really happened?
Yeah.
To people?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's so scary.
Things in this world.
Yeah, things that make you go,
Anyway, I don't think I should make the peanut butter cookies.
Why?
Because it's Canadian Men's Health Week, and I don't think that's a good idea unless I make them gluten-free or something with no sugar.
Make them gluten-free and put some
no sugar.
Sucralose in.
Okay. What's the point?
Peanut butter is still good.
I don't think you can celebrate Canadian Men's Health Week and eat peanut butter cookies. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not a man and I'm not celebrating.
I guess I can make my choice because it's a whole week of National Men's Health Week. So just today, on Wellness Wednesday, I could choose to eat peanut butter cookies instead.
You
to heck with it.
You go home, you're making them.
Speaking of Wellness Wednesday, the next interview is Ride, Don't Hide, is Canadian Mental Health Association in partnership with a whole bunch of other people, and I have some really funny guests coming out that are going to entertain you and educate you about the Ride, Don't Hide initiative, all about mental health awareness, getting rid of stigma, and raising money for a great cause. We'll be right back after this.
My name is Clement. I am 17. I do have a little brother. He is 5 years younger than me, and despite the fact that we're both blind, we're just normal kids. Sibling rivalries and fights and arguments. Sometimes we play games together, yeah. I find most people tend to have this perception of blindness as a huge physical handicap.
Incoming.
Which it isn't.
CNIB, Seeing Beyond Vision Loss.
I love women. I love older women, professional women, stay-at-home moms. I love how women put the family first. I love how you're so concerned that I'll get to your husband. You have no idea that I'm coming after you.
Make death wait. Please donate to fund life-giving research, because heart disease and stroke is the #1 killer of women.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
It's Wellness Wednesday, and boy, oh boy, if you want to be mentally well, hang out with these three ladies. Oh, what a bunch of fun we've been having since you arrived here today.
Yeah.
Let's welcome Holly and Angie and Monique, all from different agencies. Holly, say where you're from.
The Canadian Mental Health Association.
Angie.
TD Canada Trust.
Monique.
The Ontario Provincial Police.
And you're also representing the Sioux Police here today, too.
Yes, I am.
Because you're both police, provincial and city, are involved in the ride this year.
Yes, we are.
Ride, Don't Hide.
Correct.
This is your initiative, CMHA. Not yours specifically, Holly.
Right.
CMHA.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about the history of the ride, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. So it's 7 years in the making nationwide. Sault Ste. Marie picked it up 5 years ago. So this year it's our 5th annual.
Right.
So it's the idea here is to eradicate the stigma around mental health.
Get rid of the stigma of mental health.
That's right.
Okay, because mental illness, mental health, We're going to say 5 out of 5 Canadians have mental health. 4 out of 5 Canadians are affected by mental illness. Is that not right?
So 1 of 5.
One of 5?
Yeah. So
1 of 5 people is affected by mental illness.
That's correct.
Okay.
You got it.
4 out of 5 have mental health.
5 of 5.
5 of 5 have mental health. 1 of 5. Okay. Anyway. I'm affected by mental health. I take antidepressants and anti-anxiety pills.
That's
no, there's nothing. So what? I was diagnosed with a depression and anxiety disorder.
Yeah, bringing it out into the open, right?
Absolutely. And if I didn't take those pills, I would be smashing my head up against a wall and sitting under a bed under the covers. No, you know what? Like my anxiety, I have anger issues.
Oh.
I got a lot of problems.
So Timothy, you should be part of the ride.
How do I do that?
www.ridedon'thide.com, and you can register yourself or a team. You can register your team all here at the.
You have a lot of fun
online.
Absolutely.
Do you? So over the 5 years, it's grown.
It has.
Tell me about were you involved in the first year?
The very first year.
TD was are you a sponsor?
TD. We're a sponsor, and we've been part of it right from the start in Sault Ste. Marie. So 5 years. One of our co-workers' daughters was at CMHA doing her summer program, and she brought it to us, and we're like, yeah, let's do it. And I think there's like maybe 20 total people. The first year was very, very teeny weeny, but we kept going each year, and by the third year,
the spirit was strong with the TD ones.
Yeah, it grew. It grew. So now we've actually reached out to the other financial institutions. So I think we've got almost all of them registered.
No kidding?
Yeah, yes, different ways they're going to be contributing. Yeah, so we're really happy about that. So we're kind of making it like a.
When did the police get involved, Monique?
So we've been involved 3 years ago.
Okay.
And we've really been helping with the routes because.
So let's talk a little bit about that. You were telling me, Monique, about the 3 different routes? 4. Let's go.
So there's one for more a family event. There's a 5-kilometer route.
Okay.
Everything starts at Algoma U.
Okay, we all launch off there.
And ends at Algoma U.
Okay.
So
it all begins and ends at Algoma U.
Yes. So
that's a great plug.
Certainly. So there's a 5-kilometer. There's a 25-kilometer, which is the hub trail.
25 kilometers is the entire hub trail. So you start at Algoma U, you go up, you come down, you do the waterfront, you come back to Algoma U.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's led, so nobody will get lost.
So you've got people in the. And who takes the lead on that? Volunteers?
We have marshals along.
Marshals?
Yes. I think
who organizes all this stuff?
That'd be Lisa Caricato and myself.
From CMHA?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we got the 5 and the 25.
And then we get into the 50-kilometer.
Okay, which I call ridiculous.
Which is out to Echo Bay, to the Loonie.
You'd have to be loony to ride up. No, really.
It's old Highway 17.
Oh, okay, that's not
old Highway 17, and
that's pretty flat.
Police escort, so we have safety is our priority.
There, folks, you can get a police escort, and you're not going to jail. You're going to the Loonie and back.
Yeah, and then there'll be snacks and refreshments at the Loonie. You turn around and you come back to Algoma U. And then the 5th one is you can add an extra 50, so you can make it a 100-kilometer ride.
How long does that take to ride 100 kilometers?
Well, I mean, you have to be in shape. You have to be a rider. You have to be
this is for the hardcore.
The hardcore, yes.
Meanwhile,
we just added that this year.
So you know what? Here's my concern. Let's say I go for the 5K ride or even the 25K ride, and I get back to Algoma U, and I'm going to party and have is there like food?
Oh yeah, there's barbecue.
Okay, so I'm going to have my barbecue. Is there a draft?
No.
Oh no! You know what? That's probably good because mental health and alcohol not so always a good combination. So scratch that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back there and I'm going to have my barbecue. Now those suckers are on the 100-kilometer trail. By the time they get back, will the food all be gone?
No, certainly not.
This is my concern. Is that I don't want to miss out on the fun if I'm going for a longer ride.
There's staggered start times.
Yes.
Oh, you guys have thought of everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should all amalgamate at the same time.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And we all party at the same time.
And we all party all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it a fundraiser?
It is a fundraiser.
And we're raising funds because we're getting pledges?
We are getting pledges and registration also.
So like Angie, for instance, you have a team from TD.
Yes.
How many riders?
We have, I believe it's almost 30.
Are you kidding me? Just from TD?
Really well.
Yes. Well, what we actually got to...
You started off with like 15 riders and now even just TD has 30.
Yeah. We actually got TD to sponsor us. They have a match the pledge campaign up to, we were at 5,000, they'll match up to 5,000. So like the more the merrier. But I think if we get 30, we can go up to 10,000. I don't know how far we're going to get though.
Smackers.
Yeah, this is new.
What about
Really
you guys?
excited.
Yeah, we have police officers that are going to ride.
Are going to ride?
And their families. Yep.
And their families too. What day is this? Tell me again.
It's June 23rd. It's a Sunday.
2 weeks from this Sunday.
Yes. That's right.
Okay, I've got time. I think I could do it.
Yeah, you can do it. You can definitely do it.
And actually, you know what? I just rode my bicycle yesterday for the first time because I found it in the garage. I was cleaning. I was like, I own a bicycle.
And also, we'll have people there that will check your bike over.
That's right.
To make sure it's all good to go. So you
I get a tune-up.
issues.
Yeah.
You do.
You get tuned up.
I get tuned up.
And then you ride, and the ride is a
And how do I get pledges? I would just like say, I'm going to go on this ride, pledge me. Can I do it on social media?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where's the money go?
So it's going to go to our direct client care, which is like things like the drop-in.
The drop-in thing, which is, by the way, is a great, for those of you who think that you need, if you feel, it's all about feeling. If you feel that you need someone to talk to, if there's an issue that you're having a hard time dealing with on your own, you just feel like you might need an ear, a counselor, some help, guidance. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? Is this normal? What's wrong with me? Help! The walk-in clinic on Tuesdays?
Correct.
From 11 o'clock till 7, but 5 o'clock is basically the last walk-in appointment because you got to have time to get in there and see the counselor.
That's right.
Totally free. By the way, mental health in this country, we are so fortunate. Great care, completely covered by our government. We love that.
Yeah, we do.
So walk-in, no referrals needed. Just go and talk to somebody and you people standing by.
Yeah.
So this is going to help fund that initiative.
Definitely, and a lot of our, the drop-in center as well. A lot of the initiatives that happen.
In the back of there.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
See, and what people also don't understand too is, as much as all this, a lot of our stuff is free and covered by the government, you also have you are required to do fundraising because I know some places like 75% of your budget is covered, but the other 25 is all about you have to raise that.
We have to bring it in.
So that's what we're doing here, right?
Correct.
Raising money for great mental health services in our community.
Yes.
It all stays local?
It doesn't all stay local, but majority of it does.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's good for other communities too, right?
And it gets people outside.
It does.
And enjoying the outside. It was a long winter.
It was a long winter.
And there was lots of depression because of it.
And we talk about mental health and physical health.
Mental health and physical health go hand in hand, or pedal to pedal. So we're pedaling for a great cause.
Yeah. We are.
How do we register?
www.ridedon'thigh.com.
That's easy. Ridedon'thigh.com.
Yeah.
Ridedon'thigh.com.
Yes.
Or can we stop in?
You certainly can. Yeah. Or you
Does
can
TD
email.
have information?
Yeah, we have information at the Cambria Mall branch. It's available. Yeah.
Look at that. Okay.
Perfect.
Anything you need to know, it's up on the screen too. Monique, Sergeant Baker.
Yes.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Angie DeGaspero, it's always fun having you on the show.
Yeah, thank
Holly,
you.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Enjoy your summer placement.
Thank you.
Holly is a student at Algoma U, right?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Summer placement, you've done a great job.
Thank you.
Go back to Annette and tell her she should be proud of you.
Thank
We'll be back to say goodbye with Luann, and we'll see you at the ride on Sunday, June the
23rd.
We're back after this.
If you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, there is hope and there is help. You matter. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The calls are free and confidential. Call 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. You are not alone.
I hope you enjoyed Wellness Wednesday, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of Canadian Men's Health Week. But we should all be healthy, right, Luann?
Absolutely. And a huge thank you to KC Security for sponsoring Mornings with Luann and Tim. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.